Greetings, YouTubers. How's everything going out there in YouTube land? Hopefully it's going pretty well for you. Well, we are stuck inside the old garage tonight. A little compact, a little tight, but trust me, on these cold winter nights and days, it's paradise compared to being outside. All right, so we're working on a 2006 Trailblazer. We got some transmission issues. We have it basically stuck in limp mode. And we have a couple of codes here that I kind of took a screenshot of on my cell phone. And here's what we got. We have System 2 Lean, Bank 1, which I'm not too worried about right now. We have Cylinder 2 Misfire. Then we have a Shift Solenoid A, Control Circuit High. Then we have the Torque Converter Clutch Control Solenoid. Says Control Circuit Low. So I'm not sure what's going on. But nevertheless, when you take off, it feels like it's in a second or third gear. I'm not sure. And you can drive it fine, and it gets up to about 55, 60. The RPM's a little high. So this is what we're dealing with. I'm not sure what we're going to get into. Let's go underneath and show you what we got, or what we found. Hopefully nothing in that transmission pan that's going to make me too nervous. Look at that. Alright, so we're under the transmission. I've gone ahead and saved some time. I've dropped the pan off. And the good news is, one thing, we haven't seen any metal. And there's the pan. And you can see there on the magnet, there's some typical friction material stuff that you typically would see on a magnet. I don't see any metal. No, I don't think anybody's taken this pan off before me and cleaned it up or anything, but the people that had the vehicle said it just started one day, but who knows, you know how stories are. So that's off, and the filter's back behind there, and you always want to look at the filter because sometimes it can catch metal, and no metal there, nothing really concerning. Transmission fluid, though, looks a little weird. It looks almost orange looking. See, it's almost like you have water mixed in with it, but I didn't find any water or moisture. But this vehicle did sit for a few years, but they drove it for about 15,000 miles before we had the problem. Now, this vehicle has only got 90-some thousand miles on it. That's right. That's why I bought it, because the motor sounds amazing in this thing. It just has this transmission issue. Now, I've saved a little time. I've taken these clips out. Right off the bat, I see this right here. This is one of my codes I had for this transmission. It was this transmission solenoid, TCC. If I go back and look at the video, I think that's what I said. These little clips are sometimes a booger to get out. Let me grab one. This one here, you don't have a lot of room in here, so I had to take a little pick. Something like this and get in here, and I tell you what, it tested my patience. So I got it out, and once we got it out, there's another look at it. You got to kind of hook it on the bottom and pull it out. I pulled this out. Now, before I even did this, right off the bat, I noticed on the side of that cylinder there, it looks like there's a burnt place. I'm not sure what's going on here, but before I even did that, I just barely touched this connector, and look at this. It just broke right off. So there's something going on here. Someone maybe have worked on this before me. I'm not sure if I can get this off. There we go. And that's not supposed to be like that. No, 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 senor. So, pull this one out. And sometimes you gotta watch. There's valves in here that'll pop out, but this one's okay. And see that right there? Let me give the camera a second to focus. I don't know what's going on, but it looks like the side of it has been broken, burnt. I don't know. So we got this one out. This is one of the codes that we had. Now, A and B shift solenoid, they're in the back. I pulled one of them out. The problem code came up for A, which is over here, which I still left in. And here is B. I took it out first. I just want to look at it. But right off the bat, I noticed on the back side of this thing, look at this. It's melted. So I don't know if the computer is saying that this is a solenoid that's bad or not. I tested it earlier with some voltage, and it doesn't do anything. It smells like it's been burnt. And of course, you got a clip there that you have to pull out, which is right behind here, right there. Pull it out, get out of the way. And here is solenoid A, which the computer says it was having a problem with. Oh, by the way, this solenoid B here, there's a little spring. That little cylinder will try to pop out. It's right there. I don't know, you can't see it, but right there where my finger is. You push in right there, you can feel it. See some of the fluid leaking out now when I push that in. Make sure that's freed up and it's not, frozen. So that's okay there. And when you put that solenoid back in, you'll have to push the solenoid in a little bit and take your finger and put that spring back in, or the hook, I should say, back in there. Now this one here just pops out. This is the one that the computer's had a problem with, but I look at it. Look at that. See, it's nice and clean and shiny. Seems like it's okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go online and order all these parts because I called around. I can't get this. This is a 7-day part direct from the factory, which I'm really shocked and surprised because these go out all the time. And go ahead and order this one here that's bad. And that way I'll have extra ones in case anything else goes bad. But other than that, I can't find nothing else wrong. But like I said, it doesn't downshift, it doesn't upshift, it just kind of stuck. So these were really easy to take out. Like I said, the only problem you'll have is this first one up here. Boy, it's hard to get the pick in there, but it's out. And I don't see anything else. Oh, and one other thing. The transmission select shifter up there was real sloppy. I couldn't get it dropped down low. Turned out they had duct tape wrapped around the shifter. And you see what's missing? The centerpiece here, the little eye. It slides over this guy here. It's supposed to slide over and kind of catch and snaps in there. Well, this was completely gone. And not even there, just some tape around it. So I pulled it off. So what I'm going to have to do now, it'll take me 4 or 5 days to get parts. I'm just going to stick all this back in. It'll move. I'm just going to pull this thing out of the garage and wait for the parts to come in and work on some other stuff. But here's a nice look at the bottom of the transmission here. All the way back from the bottom. All the way back to here. Everything looks good. The wires look good, although these are all like this on these. I don't know why. This is where the kind of catches there on that bolt. I guess the plastic just gets hot and brittle and breaks. But I couldn't find anything else in the transmission. I did see this little thing laying in the pan. I'm not sure what that is. A piece of plastic. I think that is actually off of one of these. I don't know. But so I guess as I'm trying to figure out and find something else to say here as I'm rambling on, because I got to do this with one take with my little camera, we'll go ahead and order all these guys here, and when they come in, we'll put them back in and see what happens. But if I compare that one to that, you can tell which one's gotten hot. Solenoid B. So I don't know why the computer says solenoid A was bad. But who knows? Maybe they flipped these around or something, or somebody was in here before me. Alright, so that's it. I'll see you guys back here when we get some parts, and we'll put these in, and hopefully my transmission will be working again. But like I said, the thing has only got 90-some thousand miles on it, and we'll talk more about it later once we get it running again, hopefully, and get them back together. Alright, so we got some parts in today. We're going to continue working on this transmission, but I wanted to show you what it looks like on the inside. In the daylight, and this is what an $800 Trailblazer looks like that has 91,000 miles, I do believe. Got really good tires on it. And this body on this side is in good shape except for the door. Someone actually kind of bumped it right here. But other than that, it's in really great shape. I wouldn't call it a cream puff. If the seats didn't have all the stains that it has, then I would probably call it a cream puff. But you can see there's a piece missing here. There are some stains here, and you can see the design, the ceiling, the black on the door. I knew what they were trying to do here, but this seat I got fairly clean. It's just the bottoms, the two front bottoms. Maybe I can get some bottom seats to put in it. Back, pretty decent, not bad. So for $800, not too bad. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start this up. Cold start, and we'll look at the engine, and I'll give you a good listen to it here. Man, she does sound good, though. I'm hoping the transmission isn't messed up in it, but we'll try those sensors and see what we get. So we get in here, start her up. Starts right up on a dime. And she sounds good. Hey, the attack works. That's a Trailblazer kind of a good thing. They don't work sometimes. All right, let's open the hood. You can hear how good that motor sounds. She sounds really good. Now on my Trailblazer that I'm currently driving, I have the fan going click, 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 click. And as you can hear it, sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's constant. Very annoying. I don't think it's supposed to do that. But if I hook up the other one that I have, I know you can't hear it, but trust me, it's clicking too. I just got this one temporarily hooked up. Hear it? These are fairly new, so I don't know what's going on. Very annoying, but I found another one today that's pretty close to GM. We're going to hook it up on this Trailblazer later and find out. I'll make a separate video about that. But anyway, this one doesn't do it because the clutch fan is a genuine GM. If you buy the aftermarket, you'll get that clicking, and from what I read and have seen, and people have told me, you have to actually take it to a GM dealer to get that computer program to get the click, click, click to go away. But this one doesn't do it, so good. She sounds good. I can get the hood open here with my hand. Let me see if I can get this hood open with a latch. There we go. No ticking, nothing. Just a nice, smooth engine. I did have a code for a cylinder 2 misfire, but it's not misfiring. It's running smooth now, so not sure what's going on. Let's see the miles on it. This may be my daily driver once I get all the bugs worked out of it. Actually, it's got 95,758 miles. So we'll see. So I just want to show you guys what it looks like on the inside. This is why we're going to try to fix this transmission. I'm hoping it's just the 2 sensors. I'm hoping, you know, the transmission isn't toast. But if it is, later down the road in the spring, it's probably worth putting another transmission in it. All right. Alright, here's a look at our goodies. I got this whole solenoid kit for this transmission for about $94. It is overhauled, or whatever they call it, reconditioned. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to replace everything. I'm just going to replace this A and B solenoid right here, and this guy here that had the broken piece on it that you saw earlier. Now, later in the spring, when it's warm out, I can get the vehicle outside. We're having more room, then I'll go ahead and replace all this stuff. But for now, I just want to see if this transmission is savable, or it's going to be pretty much ripping the transmission out later and putting one in. Alright guys, so the oil pan's back off again, and I got so excited I almost forgot to start recording. So I got the little pen out, and I'll tell you what, it's a booger. Takes some patience to get that little pick in there, but I got it out and I dropped it right down in my oil pan here, so I've got to fish it out. But anyway, out comes this one, and you can see where that was broke off. And now we'll get our new one, and this one's a gray collared one. This one on this side is a different collared one, so let's get that in here. Yeah, I know my hands are a little dirty, but we're just going to do what we can tonight. Alright, so there's that. Let's make sure this wire plugs in. Good deal. And there we go. So now I got to put my hand down the oil here and get that little pen. Oh, this is going to be fun. Alright, there it is. Alright, I got to wipe my hands off now. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this in our $800 Trailblazer. And it snaps right in. So there's our new one. Like I said, I'm going to change all these out later. I just want to verify and see what's going on with this transmission. Now we got to do the 2 in the back here, A and B. Alright, let's go. Ouch. The little thing's sharp. Alright, let's go ahead and get A and B out. And I know you're probably not going to be able to see it very well, but it's really hard for me to get the camera at an angle for you guys, but you get the idea here. So we got to get this little clip out. I should say pen. Well, let's do this one here first. Might be able to see it a little bit better. Right, there's that. And there's that little clip. There it is. Put that off the side. I'm probably going to lose some more fluid here when I pull this out. Well, not too bad. Like I said, I think they're both probably bad. Who knows? But you saw what happened on the code reader earlier. And of course, fluid comes pouring out. And I got to get my bucket under here or something. Well, it is what it is. Let it drip. We got to put new fluid anyway. All right, let's get the next one here out. Get my finger up in here. Do this in real time for you guys. Alright, here comes this one. Oh, come on. There we go. And there's that one. Alright, let's put that over here off the side. And now let's get this one out. And now remember, this one's got a spring on it. Inside the valve solenoid there, so. But that one is burnt pretty good there. I think this one was probably part of the issue also. But anyway, let's get the new ones and put them in. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this one in. Upside down. And by the way, these are basically the same part number and everything. They're identical, so I think they're even interchangeable. Don't quote me on that. Alright, so there's that one. Let's get our pin, put that in. If the pin goes in, then you know you're doing something right. Alright. I know you can't see that because this is in the way, but leave that wire like that for now. And then we'll grab our next one. And there it is. Looks good. Now this one I'll have to push in and push in on that solenoid valve, and then take the pin, the clip, and push on at the same time. This might be a little tricky. Let's see what we can do here. Make sure it's all the way in. Alright, feels like it's in. It's even hard for me to see at this point what I'm doing. We'll do this since I'm right-handed. Alright, let's see. Alright, that feels like it's in. And try that. There we go. Alright, it's in. And like Flynn. Alright. Alright, so there's A and B solenoids. That in. And it's all back together. Alright, so we'll put the pan back on and put the fluid in it and see how it shifts. If I put it in drive and it goes right into first and takes off and shifts into second, third, then I know we've fixed it. But if it still takes off in high gear, then I know we've got an internal problem with this transmission. So there's a look at it. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's go ahead and get the pan on it and see what we got. Hey, let me know where you're watching from right now. Alright guys, she's back together. It is actually the next day because I ran late last night. I couldn't finish it, but what I have to do now is go ahead and clear off all the codes that we had earlier on the scan tool. So let's go ahead and see if we can get these all cleared up and all that good stuff here. So let me go ahead and clear off these codes. Alright, so there's one of the codes. Let's go ahead and just clear everything. 2764. Not sure what that would be. Yes. Everything was erased. Alright, now let's take her down the road and see what we got. Alright, she started right up. Let's see if we got reverse. We got reverse. Let's back out and get out on the alley and take off. All right, let's try this and see what we get here. We're in drive, and she went right into drive. I've got a couple of traction control lights on. Like I said, I'm not sure. There's probably some other things, minor things wrong with it. Let's see if it shifts gears. So here we go. It's in first. I'm hoping it shifts. Hey, it shifted. Yes, I went into second. So let's take her down the highway and see what we got. I can't believe it shifted. Wow, I've never heard it shift before. It's always been stuck in high gear. All right, guys, here we go. There's second gear. There's third. Needs a wheel bearing, though, I can tell that. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Let's see if we can get fourth gear. There's fourth gear. Wow, I can't believe that fixed it. That's unreal. All right, so we'll go out the road here just a little ways. All right, so we've been driving a couple miles, and it's got all the gears. As you can see, we're doing 45. I'll let up on the gas here a little bit. It goes down to overdrive right there. So I can't believe I fixed this. Now the only issue is I need to check the codes and see if we have anything else, but eventually I'm going to have to replace all those sensors just for good measure, put a new gasket filter on and all that. But I can't believe, it's amazing what some people do to cars when they tear them up. But hey, I'm not complaining. I wouldn't have got a good deal, right? So yeah, pretty good so far. Now I do have a noise up front. It sounds like the wheel bearing. You can probably hear that rumbling. If I turn it one way, it's worse. Turn it the other way, it doesn't get as worse. But this way, hear that? Ooh, it's pretty bad. So we gotta fix that. I'm pretty happy, guys. Can't believe I got this thing for 800 bucks and a little bit of work. It's gonna be a great SUV. All right, so I pulled over here. I'm gonna see what kind of codes we have, and we just have one of two, PO 171, fuel trim, 2 leans, probably got an air intake leak. And it still says I have a torque converter clutch, pressure control, solenoid control, circuit low voltage, which means probably either got a blow-in fuse or probably one of those sensors out there is also bad, just like the other two I replaced. And that's the only codes we got. Huh, well, I'll be daggone. So we'll worry about this P2764 a little bit later, but hey, it shifts, it goes through all the gears, and I actually have overdrive, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. So I'm pretty happy, guys. I think I got a nice vehicle here for the money. All right, guys, so far no check engine lights, but you saw the pending codes. We'll see if we can deal with that torque converter code in another video. But hey, it's a gloomy day outside, but I'm full of sunshine and happiness on the inside, that's for sure. This worked out really well. I'll come back with another video a little bit later, and we'll see if we can fix this torque converter code and all that. We'll give you an update on this Trailblazer. Hey, if you like your Trailblazer, give this video a thumbs up. Until my next video, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.